What if I told you that there is a specific pattern that prosperous and refined women follow after their 60s? Can you imagine what your life would be like if you discovered exactly what these secrets are that make all the difference? In this video, you will discover the 10 transformative habits that separate ordinary women from truly prosperous and elegant women at this stage of life. If you do not apply these practices, you may be missing out on valuable opportunities to live with greater quality, confidence, and fulfillment. But here is what will surprise you. These habits have nothing to do with inherited money or luck. They are conscious choices that any woman can make starting today. Get ready, because what you are about to learn can completely change your perspective on this stage of life. Stay until the end, because I will reveal what is the most powerful habit of all, the one that alone can transform your presence and how people see you. Tip 1. Wake up early and have a structured morning routine. Have you ever noticed how successful women always seem to have complete control over their day? The secret lies in the early morning hours. Successful, stylish women over 60 know that whoever dominates the morning dominates the entire day. They wake up early, not because they have to, but because they have discovered that these quiet hours are too precious to waste. The problem many face is waking up without direction, letting circumstances control the day. This creates a constant feeling of running after events, never truly in control. When you wake up late or without a routine, you are handing over control of your day to other people and external situations. To put this tip into practice, start by choosing a fixed time to wake up, even on the weekends. Create a sequence of activities that nourish your body and mind. It could be drinking a special tea while watching the sunrise, doing some gentle stretches, or simply sitting in silence for a few minutes to collect your thoughts. One woman I know transformed her life by waking up just 30 minutes earlier. She uses this time to plan her day, take a few deep breaths, and calmly choose her clothes. This simple change made her feel more polished and in control throughout the day. The benefits are immediate. You gain a sense of accomplishment early on, have time to take care of yourself without rushing, and develop a calmer, more confident presence. Your energy becomes more stable, your decisions become better, and you project the image of someone who has their life together. Tip 2. Constantly invest in learning. Truly elegant women after 60 never stop learning. They understand that the mind is like a muscle that needs to be constantly exercised. The big problem many women face at this age is believing that they already know everything they need to know, or that they are too old to learn new things. This mindset is what separates ordinary women from extraordinary women. When you stop learning, your mind starts to stiffen, your conversations become repetitive, and you lose that sparkle in your eyes that comes from curiosity. Successful women know that constant learning keeps them young, interesting, and relevant. To put this into practice, choose an area that has always sparked your curiosity. It could be art history, cuisine from different cultures, gardening, or even technology. The important thing is that it is something that genuinely interests you. Dedicate at least 15 minutes a day to studying that subject. It could be reading a book, watching educational videos, or talking to people who understand the subject. I know a woman who decided to learn about wine at the age of 65. She started by reading trade magazines, visiting local wineries, and now she is respected in her social circle as someone who knows her stuff. This has added a new dimension to her personality and made her much more interesting to be around. The benefits are transformative. You keep your mind sharp, always have interesting topics to talk about, develop confidence in new areas, and project an image of someone who is curious and intellectually active. People are naturally drawn to those who are knowledgeable and passionate about learning. Tip 3. Maintain impeccable posture in all situations. Posture is the first thing people notice about you, even before you say a word. Elegant, successful women over 60 know that the way they carry themselves communicates everything about their self-esteem and presence. The problem is that many women, as they age, begin to slouch, both literally and figuratively. Slumped shoulders, lowered head, unsteady steps. This communicates defeat, fatigue, and lack of confidence. When you don't take care of your posture, you're sending a silent message that you feel inferior or insecure. Truly elegant women understand that posture is a conscious choice they make at every moment. To apply this tip, start by observing how you stand throughout the day. Set reminders on your phone to check your posture every 2 hours. Imagine that there is an invisible string pulling the top of your head toward the sky. Keep your shoulders relaxed but back, and your chin parallel to the ground. When you walk, take purposeful steps and look forward, not down. A powerful technique is to practice walking with a book on your head for a few minutes every day. This may sound old-fashioned, but it works wonders for developing body awareness. An acquaintance of mine completely transformed her presence simply by improving her posture. She looked 10 years younger and much more confident without changing anything else. The benefits are amazing. You instantly look taller, slimmer, and more confident. Your breathing improves, your back hurts less, and you project a natural authority that makes people respect you more. Good posture is an investment that pays dividends in every area of your life. Guys, before I continue with the next tips, I need to ask you something very important. If this content is being useful, subscribe to the channel now and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. And tell me here in the comments where you're watching from. This information helps me a lot to understand my audience and create even better content for you. Now let's continue with more transformative tips. Tip 4. Cultivate quality relationships. Successful, elegant women over 60 know that it's not about the number of people they meet, but the quality of the relationships they cultivate. They are selective and invest time and energy in the people who truly matter. The biggest problem many women face is staying in toxic or superficial relationships out of habit or fear of loneliness. This drains energy and impedes personal growth. When you surround yourself with people who constantly complain, gossip, or have negative energy, it directly affects your own vibrancy and elegance. Truly refined women understand that they are the average of the 5 people they spend the most time with. To put this into practice, take an honest assessment of your current relationships. Ask yourself, do these people inspire me to be better? Do they support me in my goals? Do our encounters leave me energized or drained? Based on these answers, start investing more time in the people who lift you up and gradually distance yourself from those who drag you down. This doesn't mean being rude, but rather being more selective with your time and energy. Seek out people who share your interests and values. Participate in activities where you can meet like-minded people. A friend of mine cleaned up her relationships when she was 62. She stopped attending meetings where only illness and problems were discussed and started participating in reading groups and cultural activities. Her life changed completely. The benefits are extraordinary. You feel more energized. Your conversations become more interesting. You grow as a person through the exchanges, and you naturally develop a more positive and attractive presence. Quality relationships are one of the greatest treasures of adulthood. Tip 5. Practice self-care as a sacred ritual. Truly stylish women over 60 treat self-care not as a luxury, but as a fundamental necessity. They know that taking care of themselves is not selfish. It's a responsibility. The problem is that many women in this age group were raised to believe that putting themselves first is wrong or selfish. They spent decades taking care of everyone but themselves. When you don't take proper care of yourself, it shows in your appearance, energy, and self-esteem. You can't give what you don't have, and if you're feeling drained or neglected, it shows in everything you do. To apply this tip, establish daily self-care rituals that are non-negotiable. This could be a relaxing bath with special products, a skincare routine, gentle exercise, or simply 15 minutes of quiet time for yourself. The important thing is that it's something that nourishes your body and soul. Treat these moments as important appointments that can't be cancelled. Invest in quality products for your skin and hair. They don't have to be expensive, but choose things that make you feel special. Once a week, dedicate more time to a more elaborate ritual. A face mask, a deep hair, hydration regimen, or a foot massage. I met a woman who transformed her self-esteem by creating a morning self-care ritual. She woke up 15 minutes earlier to calmly apply her creams, carefully comb her hair, and carefully choose her clothes. This simple change made her feel more valued and elegant. The benefits are clear. Your skin becomes more beautiful, your hair becomes healthier, your posture improves, and you develop a more loving relationship with yourself. When you treat yourself well, other people automatically start to treat you better too. Tip 6. Develop a personal signature style. Successful, stylish women over 60 develop a style that is authentically who they are. They don't follow fads, but instead create a personal signature that works for their body, personality, and lifestyle. The problem many women face is trying to dress like other people or following trends that don't make sense for their age or personality. This results in a forced and inauthentic appearance. When you're not clear about your personal style, you end up making random choices that don't communicate who you really are. Truly stylish women know exactly what colors, cuts, and styles work for them. To develop your personal signature, start by identifying what makes you feel most confident and comfortable. Notice which clothes make you receive the most compliments and feel most confident. Define a color palette that complements your skin tone and works well together. This makes it easier to put together outfits and ensures that all of your pieces work together. Invest in quality pieces that will last longer instead of buying a bunch of cheap clothes. Choose an accessory that will become your signature. It could be a specific type of earring, a special scarf, or a classic handbag. An acquaintance of mine has a signature style of always wearing something red, whether it's lipstick, a scarf, or a pair of shoes. This has become her personal trademark, and people always associate her with elegance and a strong personality. The benefits are transformative. You always look put together and elegant, save time getting dressed, develop confidence in your personal taste, and create a memorable presence. People start to recognize you for your unique and refined style. Tip 7. Practice age-appropriate exercise. Elegant and prosperous women over 60 know that keeping their bodies active is essential to maintaining their energy, posture, and self-esteem. They don't exercise out of obligation, but because they have discovered activities that they really enjoy and that are good for their bodies. The big problem is that many believe that exercise is only for young people or that it is too late to start. Others force themselves to do activities that they hate and end up giving up. When you don't move your body regularly, it loses strength, flexibility, and energy. This affects your posture, disposition, and even your ability to do simple daily activities. To apply this tip, find physical activities that you enjoy. It could be a walk in the park, swimming, dancing, intense gardening, or gentle exercises at home. The important thing is that it is something that you can maintain in the long term. Start slowly and gradually increase. Even 15 minutes a day can make a difference. If possible, combine exercises that work on strength, flexibility, and cardiovascular endurance. Dancing, for example, works on all of these aspects and is also fun. Look for group activities if you like to socialize, or individual activities if you prefer moments of solitude. A friend of mine discovered water aerobics when she was 68 and fell in love with it. Not only did she improve her physical shape, but she also made new friends and felt more motivated to do other activities. The benefits are impressive. You have more energy during the day, sleep better, maintain better posture, strengthen your bones, improve your mood, and develop more confidence in your body. Exercising regularly is one of the best investments you can make in your quality of life. Tip 8. Cultivate an abundance mindset. Successful, stylish women over 60 have an abundance mindset that is reflected in everything they do. They believe there is enough for everyone and focus on opportunities rather than problems. The biggest obstacle many face is a scarcity mindset, believing there isn't enough time, enough money, or enough opportunities at their age. This mindset creates an energy of lack that keeps the good things out of life. When you live in fear of not having enough, it shows in your attitude, your choices, and how people perceive you. Truly successful women know that abundance begins in the mind. To develop this mindset, start by observing your thoughts throughout the day. When you catch yourself thinking in terms of lack or limitation, consciously shift your focus to possibilities. Instead of thinking, I don't have the money for that, think, how can I create a way to have that? Practice gratitude daily, acknowledging all the good things you already have in your life. Celebrate the achievements of others instead of feeling envious. When you genuinely rejoice in the success of others, you are sending a message to the universe that you believe in abundance. Be generous with compliments, smiles, and kindness. A neighbor of mine completely changed her life at the age of 65 when she decided to stop complaining and start focusing on what was working well. She began to see opportunities where she had previously seen only problems. The benefits are transformative. You attract more opportunities, people enjoy being around you, your decisions become better, and you feel more optimistic and confident. An abundance mindset is a magnet for good things in life. Tip 9. Keep your home organized and beautiful. Elegant and prosperous women over 60 know that the environment they live in is a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves. They keep their homes organized, clean, and decorated with care, not to impress guests, but because it directly affects their well-being and energy. The problem is that many accumulate things over the years and end up living amid disorganization and objects that no longer make sense in their lives. When your home is messy or full of things you don't use, it creates a heavy energy that affects your mood and mental clarity. You feel overwhelmed, and this is reflected in your appearance and behavior. To apply this tip, start by doing a general cleaning, getting rid of everything you haven't used in over a year. Donate clothes that no longer fit, books that you won't reread, and decorative objects that have lost their meaning. Keep only things that make you happy or are truly useful. Organize each space so that it is functional and beautiful. You don't have to spend a lot of money, but invest in a few details that make your home more welcoming. Scented candles, plants, pretty pillows, or paintings that inspire you. Make a habit of tidying your home every day, even if it's just for 15 minutes. A friend of mine transformed her life when she decided to redecorate her home at the age of 62. She got rid of old furniture that brought back bad memories and created a space that truly represented who she was at that time. The benefits are immediate. You feel calmer at home, you have more energy, you can find things easily, you feel proud to have guests over, and you develop a more harmonious relationship with your personal space. An organized and beautiful home is a gift that you give yourself every day. Tip 10. Have a clear purpose and personal projects. The most powerful tip of all is this. Successful and elegant women over 60 always have something that motivates them to wake up every day. They have personal projects, clear goals, and a sense of purpose that goes far beyond the basic duties of life. The biggest problem that many face at this age is the feeling that they have already done everything they had to do in life. They have raised children, worked, taken care of their family, and now they ask themselves, what now? When you don't have a clear purpose, the days become monotonous, and you lose that sparkle in your eyes that comes from expectation and passion. Truly inspiring women know that this phase of life can be the richest and most meaningful of all. To discover your purpose, reflect on what truly excites you and makes you feel alive. It could be helping others, creating something artistic, teaching what you know, or simply becoming the best version of yourself. Set projects that challenge you and make you grow. It could be writing a book about your life, learning a new skill, starting a small business, or dedicating yourself to a social cause. The important thing is that it is something that has meaning to you. Always have something to look forward to, a trip planned, a course to take, a project to complete. I know a woman who at the age of 67 decided to teach cooking to young people in the community. This gave her life new meaning and she became a reference in the region. The benefits are extraordinary. You have constant motivation, develop new skills, meet interesting people, leave a positive legacy, and maintain a young and vibrant energy. When you have a clear purpose, it shines through in everything you do and makes you shine from the inside out. Now you know the 10 transformative habits that make all the difference in the lives of prosperous and elegant women after 60. Remember, Elegance has no age, and prosperity is not just about money, but about living a life rich in experiences, relationships, and personal achievements. Each of these tips is a seed that, when planted and cared for consistently, will blossom into a fuller and more satisfying life. The secret is not to apply them all at once, but to choose one or two that resonate most with you at this moment and start today. From the age of 60 onwards, you have the wisdom of experience combined with the freedom to make more conscious choices about how you want to live. This is one of the most powerful phases in a woman's life, when you can finally dedicate yourself entirely to being who you really are, without the pressures and expectations that you have carried for decades. You have the power to transform your life at any time, regardless of your current age. True elegance comes from within, from the way you relate to yourself and the world around you. Start today, choose one of these habits, and take the first step. Your most elegant and prosperous version is waiting for you. Now tell me, which of these tips will you start applying first in